my channel. My name's Emmy, as most of you already know, and today's video is going to be kind of like tips to high school and high school friendships and things along that nature. So we're just gonna hop right into this video. Alright, so to start out with, high school was a great experience for me. I learned a lot of different things, and I'm going to get some advice in this video, and I'm going to give several different things in this video. So, high school was a great experience. Without high school, you know, I want to have my diploma and everything else in order to do what I got to do after high school. But you learn a lot of things while you're in high school. So, I'm going to start with some of the things that I learned and some advice that I'm going to give. So one of the things that I learned is when you're a freshman, you need to start worrying about your ACT score, which is what we have here, or your SAT score, because you can take both where I live. And so those two things is what you're wanting to worry about as you're a freshman, because you want to get a really good grade on it. Like, you want to get the top score as you can, so you have more opportunities as you're going. Also, don't do your homework late. Turn it in on time, especially as you're going up. You realize, especially for junior year and senior year, it's really highly important for you to get that turned in on time and all of that, because if you start worrying about it your senior year, your grades really aren't going to reflect on what you did just your senior year. And then the next tip I have is to join clubs, be in different things that involve you in the community and things like that. I was in the National Honor Society, and I myself really didn't join any clubs because I didn't think that I belonged anywhere. And so with doing that, I didn't know many people. If you join clubs, you'll get to know more people, you'll have more friends, or more acquaintances, as I would call them. It really opens up, like when you're doing college applications, it opens up a bigger world and a perspective for them to look on, rather than I just worked. Because all you're doing is trying to get money. You're not trying to do community service to help your community or anything. So I would advise to join clubs and try to participate in as many things as you can. I was in the marching band, so during marching season it was hard for me to try to do things like that. But I was also in the National Honor Society, which as a senior you wear a blue thing for it at my school. And you have to do 4 hours of community service each semester in order to stay in that, and you have to do a group project. So with that, you have the hours, but if you were we have a thing called Key Club. If you were in that, you would have had even more hours than what I did. So, I mean, overall, you should join as many clubs as you can. My next advice is friendships. So, through my freshman to senior year, of course, I lost a lot of friends, because I started to be who I was. And my sophomore year, I started dating Austin, which is, of course, my boyfriend. We've been together for 3 years and 2 months now. And at first, I was like, yeah, my relationship doesn't matter. Friends. But as I went through high school, my junior year, I dropped a few more friends and became closer with him. And I know it's hard to become close with somebody who's long distance, but that's what happened. And so my senior year, I want to say maybe 2 friends. And so I was really close with my boyfriend. And also, another thing that I have about boyfriends and stuff, if you haven't been talking, boyfriends and girlfriends, if you haven't been talking for a certain amount of time, I'm not going to say that it has to be a certain amount of time, because I'm not for sure, but if you haven't been talking for a little while and you get caught up in a relationship and you break up, maybe say your junior year or senior year or whatever, which did not happen to me. But if you get caught up with that, you're going to let it slump you down. You're going to let it have the grades drop and things like that. And honestly, if you're in a serious relationship, especially in high school, if you let it ruin you, honestly, the advice that I can give you is try not to be in a very serious relationship at the start of high school, especially like freshman and sophomore year. I didn't get with my boyfriend until the end of sophomore year, and we weren't honestly all that serious, so that's how that is. I didn't go into high school with a boyfriend or anything like that. I had a boyfriend in 7th and 8th grade. His name I'm not going to say. We were together for a year and a half, and then we went to Washington, and he broke up with me. And so I was kind of devastated. I was like, oh, I loved him, da-da-da. When honestly, as I think of it now, I really didn't. And so me and him still were friends at the time. And we just went into high school together as friends, you know. Nothing weird. And so I think going into high school, you should be more worried about you and your grades, having friends and all of that. But don't get stuck up in the wrong friend groups. If you go out partying your freshman and sophomore year, what's the point? Honestly, I feel like if you party all the time, like, go out, have fun with your friends. Just don't go out to parties and drink. Like, that is so stupid. I myself have not had a drink at all whatsoever. I'm only 18, and I don't advise you to do it before the age you're supposed to be. And just don't get caught up in the wrong friend groups. You may have friends that you were with when you were like 5 years old or something. But as you grow up, they're going to change along with you, and you're going to realize that not everybody's going to stay the same. And so you may need a different friend group. So it's kind of along the lines of, who do you think is going to motivate you and promote you to do things? And one of the girls in my class, because we kind of had a talk about this one time, and those are my buddies in the background. Sorry about that. But we had a talk kind of like this, and she said that she had friend groups that weren't so good, you know, but she also had those friend groups that would help her study and do things like that. And honestly, if you have like a study group, as I did at some points in high school, because I needed help here and I needed help there, and I went to tutoring and all that stuff, there's nothing wrong with tutoring at all whatsoever. But having those little friend groups that'll actually let you study and things like that, honestly, that is some of the, like, if you don't have to go out and party with your friend group that studies, like, I mean, it doesn't matter what they do and who does what. I mean, but if you have friend groups that help you study and help you do things in high school, it's gonna motivate you to continue on with that. And as you hit your senior year, you're gonna be able to get scholarships and all kinds of different things for college that honestly is really necessary. We have a thing here called Tennessee Promise that gives you 2 free years at a community college or a technical school. And yeah, that's really good or whatever. But if you don't want to go to the community college or a technical school around there, I mean, if you get scholarships, you can go anywhere, honestly, you want that allows those scholarships. And one of the girls in my senior class got a own scholarship to ETSU. So she was paid fully to go to ETSU. And I'm just like, don't I wish that was me? Because my sophomore year and junior year, I really didn't care. Like, I kept my grades up like I was supposed to, but I really didn't care about where I went or what I was doing. And that's one thing. Junior year and senior year are the 2 most important years, I feel like, in high school. Junior year, you're taking your ACT, SAT, whichever one you have to take, or whatever the test is you have to take at your school. And senior year is what colleges look at. And they look at sophomore year also, and junior year, and they look at all the years, especially for community service hours. But with that, it's hard to know. But back to friend groups. Okay, I learned a lot in high school about friends. They can turn their back on you. They can say whatever they want about you, and you may not know it until somebody speaks up and says something to you. So this is my thing. Don't get caught up in the friend groups that continue to bring you down. Just, if you want to be you and you don't want to deal with the drama, stay out of those groups. Just stay to yourself. Because what I did my senior year is, honestly, I just try to stay to myself, because I feel like as a senior, I have more priority than most people there do. I know what I'm doing at that point. But sophomores and juniors are kind of like, oh, I'm kind of trying to find my way. And as a senior, you found your way through the school. Like, you know what's right, what's wrong, what should be said, what shouldn't be said, and all of that kind of stuff. And so, as a senior, I just kind of laid back and watched the others, all the drama that happened. I just watched it. Because in my head, I'm thinking, oh, I don't want to get caught up in that. It's not a priority to me to have these friends if all they're going to be doing is having drama. So I just kind of sat back and watched all the drama happen. And there was a part that I can say yes that I was a part of, and no, I'm not too proud of it. But I mean, that's how it is. I just don't want people to get caught up in friend groups, caught up with boyfriend and girlfriends when they're in the next 2 years after high school or something. You may not even see them again, or you may not even be a part of their life. So, with that being said, if you guys have any more suggestions for videos kind of like this, comment down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you never miss a new video. I love you guys so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you guys. Bye.